So how do you react to Pro Bowl?
It's one of those things. There's good and there's obviously you want to get in first ballot, but it's one of those things where you're still getting honored. People are recognizing that you're a good player, and there's other good players in this league. There's only 3 guards that can go in the AFC, and there's 3 good ones that made it. But it's still an honor to get recognition, and I appreciate the people that voted for me, and obviously hopefully we win more games this year, and I think that's how you get a little bit more recognition. You start winning more games as a team and doing better as a team. You see the Ravens got 12 guys. I'm sure if they were 500, they probably wouldn't have 12 guys. So it's one of those things where you win more games, you get more recognition. But I do appreciate the people that voted and the respect that I got for that.
Do you feel like you played at a Pro Bowl level, and especially maybe the second half of the season, do you think you played better? I mean, I know the Pro Football Focus says so.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. I mean, O-line play in the NFL is a play-by-play basis. So you have a game where you go against the Niners or you go against Aaron Donald and you give him a sack or something, and that people remember those plays. But there's also good plays in those. The Patriots game where I kick a ball out and stuff. So there's plays this year where he obviously want to have back. But I think if you look at the whole picture, I played at a high level this year, and can there be improvements? Of course, but I think it's at a Pro Bowl level, and I think that if you look at the whole picture and see from play to play on what we've done, there's a lot of good.
Joel, how do you guys recapture the magic that was September 29th when you played such a good game against the Ravens?
Yeah, we got to come out focused, have a good game plan, which we put in today, and I think we have the right things. They've changed a lot on their defense, though. They didn't have Brandon Williams that game. A couple more linebackers are playing a little bit more than they did in the past, and they have, Judon kind of running around back there now. He's kind of their guy that they're letting pick and choose where he wants to rush from. So it's going to be us executing, us playing our best game to date, because I know they're going to come out ready. They're fighting for first place in the AFC, and we're fighting to stay alive. It's real slim hopes, but we got to win our game, to keep any hopes alive.
Joe, going back to the Pro Bowl stuff, would you have liked to have seen JC maybe get some recognition?
Yeah, I think so, some recognition. The Pro Bowl is one of those things where I think it takes a year or two when you're playing at the Pro Bowl level to actually get recognized, because and then at the end of your career, you get 1 or 2 years where you're not quite playing at a Pro Bowl level, where you get recognized anyway. And it takes some time, and I think, he signed a nice extension, and he played at a high level the last couple of years, but it takes, playing against a few teams to make it happen. I think he deserves it. I think he played at a high level this year, and he didn't quite get the recognition, but I think it's moving in the right direction.
I'm sure not surprising. What do you think of Nick getting in, and not as a starter?
When I heard about it, the first thing I asked was, did Nick get in? Because I think he deserved it. I mean, I think he's the best running back in the AFC this year. Not just stats-wise. If you watch the way he plays, he does some things that are pretty impressive. And for him to get the starting nod is big too. I think if he would have played more last year, he probably would have got it as well. But it's good for him, man. He plays his tail off, and there's not another running back that I would want to block for.
Odell just told us that there's been all this speculation, national reports about it potentially wanting out and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He just put it to bed and said, "No, I'm going to be here." And that stuff had gotten out of hand the past couple of weeks. And just what do you think about him kind of putting it all out on the table? As
Yeah, I think it's how he feels. I don't think we ever questioned that in the locker room. Some of these reports, you don't know where they're coming from. You have a source. There's no facts all the time on what people say. And so for him to come out and just reiterate that he wants to be a Cleveland Brown, that's where he's playing right now, and he wants to be in the future, is big. I think as a team, no one questioned it. No one was like, man, what are these guys doing? We're just trying to be the best team we can be, and it's a positive for us.
Considering the level of star he is, celebrity and all that.
Yeah.
It gets so much attention. Do you think for anybody, do you think it could have been a little stressful with that hanging over you guys?
I'm sure some people thought about it, or talked about it or got questioned about it, but it's one of those things where when at least when I go out there on Sundays, I'm thinking about blocking the guy in front of me, running the right play, doing the right thing. And besides being asked about it by, the media and some friends and family and stuff like that, I think, honestly, we're all focused on trying to do our best.
I mean, after the game, you talked about you guys coming out flat, right? right? And then Kareem on Monday talked about he didn't think everybody gave 110%, whatever, every play.
Right.
Like, are those things the same thing in your mind? Coming up flat and not giving 100% effort?
Yeah, I think overall there just needs to be an urgency about us. You know, we're playing for our lives last week, you know, and every play is an important play, you know. And it might not be an effort thing, but there just has to be an execution thing and a technique thing, and all these things kind of accumulate to one thing, and sometimes it feels like, man, were they giving their best effort? When I think the team is giving their best effort. You know, I think it was just one of those things. Did we execute well? No. Did we, you know, have that? I think effort on the field and energy are two different things. You can give full energy. I mean, you can have good effort on the field and not be energetic on the sidelines. You know, I know some people are focused on themselves, so they don't need to go out there and play with that way. But I do think there has to be a way where we start out fast and we come out fast, especially on the road. You know, I think home games we've done a pretty good job of doing that, but road games, you know, I don't know if somebody needs to slap somebody or wake someone up, but just some sort of energy, you know, to start the game out.
Jules, I mean, you've been through the lowest of lows here, and the team's going through a process to really turn it around and get to where you guys ultimately want to be. And I know you're focused on the present, but do you think that maybe some of the trials and tribulations that you guys have had this year, long term, might benefit you a little bit?
Yeah.
As far as, like, you know, learning just what it takes. You talk about energy and effort and those type of things. Just, you think that long term that maybe this could actually benefit you guys?
Yeah. There's something to always be, you know, learn from your experiences, and that's why they're experiences. And can you take something from this game the next time you play a team, or the next time we travel out west, or the next time we're in a must-win game? We haven't been in games where we've had a win game. You know, we've been out of it so early that we haven't had chances to be in those games as a team. And if we can come together and learn from those, and the next time we come out have maybe a different energy or different mindset going into one of these games, then that can help us in the future. You know, you never know till you get to the future, but you hope that you learn from those mistakes because you don't want to make those same ones twice.
Joe, what goes through your head when you look back at that Week 4 game? It felt like it was kind of a turning point inside the division, right? You guys were going to take off, and you won in Baltimore, and then they went 10 in a row, and you guys faltered. Are you? I'm sure surprised, but like, how disappointing is it that you weren't able to build on that win like I think people thought you were?
Right. You know, I think from a personal standpoint, you know, it was a big win. We won in Baltimore. You know, we got to the top of the division, but it was so early in the year that I knew that it was going to. There was a lot more challenges ahead, you know, and so it was one of those things where you're excited for the moment. Obviously, it hasn't gone the way we wanted. You know, two teams went different directions. They kind of rebuilt their defense off of it and grew from it, and we kind of faltered there for a few weeks. So it's one of those things. Obviously, you want to go back and be like, can we go to that point and restart and see where we can go from there? But I still think that win was a huge win in the sense that we can play with anybody in this league. You know, you look back on it, and hopefully this weekend we prove again that, hey, they're, you know, people say they're the best team in the league, and we played with them all game.